Hello people, today I'm doing a review for the Samsung SmartTag2. This just released like 2 or 3 days ago on October 10th, and I wanted to do a review because I bought them. I bought these pretty much as soon as I saw they came out, especially after I saw like initial specs, because these are by far and away the best version of these things, like Apple AirTag, Samsung AirTag, Tile Tag. They're the best ones. You can only use them on Galaxy phones, but other than that, they're like the best ones. So comparing this to the older Samsung ones, I believe Samsung has made 2 other tags, just a Tile Smart Tag, one, and then the Plus. I don't really know what the Plus is, but I do have some data on the first one so I can compare and contrast them. So when you compare this to an Apple tag, it is a lot longer, but about the same thickness. The reason why it's a lot longer is because it includes this ring. On the Apple one, you gotta spend more money, buy a friggin' case for your goddamn like AirTag thing. Why you gotta buy a case for your AirTag? So Samsung, don't gotta do that. Comes included. It's plastic pretty much everywhere. Feels kind of high quality plastic. It's very, very comfortable and satisfying to hold. It's very weighty. It's pretty nice. The only bit of metal that is exposed is just this outside ring, which feels pretty nice. Comes in 2 colors so far. They are planning on adding more colors. They just don't got them out yet. This released like 2 or 3 days ago, so it's pretty new. So far, compared to other tags, I'm not exactly sure what Tile has out right now, which is another competing company that kind of started this whole craze of these things. I don't think they have a model that has a ring built in, but from what I do know, this is by far like the best design out of all the other smart tags out right now. All right, I'm gonna get into some of the features that these have that are just new and cool. So first, probably the most impressive is the battery life on these things is significantly better than anything else. The Apple has around a year of battery. The old Samsung one has around 300 days. And these have around 2.5 years, which is 700 days. 700 days, which is around 2.5 years. And that is pretty remarkable. That is, however, on the battery saving mode, which will remove some of the cool features that this have, which we'll get into a little bit later. But if you're running it normal mode, which is what I'm gonna do and what most people are gonna do, it has around 500 days, which is still, my God, that's over here. You're never gonna complain about changing the battery because you won't even remember the last time you did it. Other than that, I think the next biggest feature is this is completely waterproof and dustproof. Let's check. Yes, it is waterproof and dustproof, which means you never gotta worry about this like in your pocket, in your keys, never gotta worry about going outside. It's not gonna be a liability to you. It's only gonna be something that's gonna be helping you. Apple's AirTag created this whole entire stalker situation. Samsung has also employed stuff that will prevent that. So we still got all that stuff there, which is nice. Considering how these are just a little bit bigger than the Apple stuff, I don't think these are gonna be used to stalk people. They also are the same price. They do have better battery life, so who knows? I mean, it's kind of weird competition to see whose device gets used to stalk people, but I don't think Samsung is winning that one. Next kind of thing that I can't really physically show you, I'll get into the features that I can show you after this, but the last thing that I can't really show you is there's just a little bit longer Bluetooth range. It's about the same as the old one, but it's just 120 meters, which is pretty far. Also, the Apple AirTag and the old Samsung AirTags have not been water or dustproof. I don't know if the Tile ones are, didn't look into that. I don't think they are, because if they are, Apple probably would have had theirs been waterproof, but they're not. I will say that Apple's aren't rated to be waterproof, but they're rain proof. I mean, they're most likely not gonna break because of rain. There's just no guarantee or warranty or testing associated with that. These are the same price as the old Galaxy tag, just 29 buckaroonies. And just for those of y'all who are curious, this is kind of what the packaging looks like. I arrived and it was like this. So I can't really show you the packaging. It doesn't matter. It's just packaging, so I mean, you're fine. All right, so we can go ahead and hop into that setup. Biggest thing, only thing from physically on this is it comes with the battery installed. All you gotta do is and you're good to go. Battery's active, makes a little noise, and this just blocks the battery from touching the rest of the circuitry, so it doesn't like start using the battery before you have it. So I got a recording on my iPad and this going up here, so you might see me just looking down in the video, but we're looking at the same thing. So as you just saw there, as soon as I turned this thing on, it went and had a pop-up on the thing, but if you don't click on it, it disappears. And I was not clicking on it, so it disappeared. So what you just gotta do instead of that, go up to your device control. You got SmartThings. You can blast that boy open. I've never opened SmartThings on my iPad, so we might have to do a little bit of a jump cut. Okay, jump cut later. You can see on the screen, we got the SmartThings. Gonna click add this time so it doesn't mess everything up. And you click this, click that, you're good to go. So because this is Samsung and a Samsung device, super good connectivity. It is super streamlined just because it's all Samsung. You know how everything works. I'm gonna go and skip the connection process. After I already showed you, you just gotta turn it on and it's asked you to connect it. That's all pretty self-explanatory. You're some smart people. You know how this stuff works. All right, so I just wanna show you a little bit of the software. This page makes it incredibly easy for me to get doxed, so I'm gonna have to blur a little bit of stuff, but I'm okay with showing y'all. I'm in Austin here. So the page looks really nice. This is extremely streamlined. And as you see at the bottom here, I think I can tap my finger so you can kind of see where we're at. At the bottom here, there is all these little options. No duh, they do what they say they do. Some stuff that I'm gonna walk you through that's a little bit cool or just like not as easy to find. You click the more button. After I saw they had this specific feature, this is like the reason why I was like, oh, I'm buying this thing right now. There's a notify when left behind. So I've had a tile thing in my wallet for a long time and it costs like $30 a year to get this feature, which is so stupid. But when I saw these people had it for free and they were Samsung and all this other stuff, I went ahead and bought them. So obviously this feature is probably the most useful out of all of them. What's the point of having this if it doesn't tell you that you're losing it? Like, yeah, it's helpful to know, oh, I left my keys in the movie theater. I know they're at the movie theater, but how about they tell me before I leave them so you don't actually have to go back and get them. Thankfully, these have that feature, so you're good to go. Oddly enough, it's off by default. I don't know who thought of that one, but go ahead and turn that bad boy on. Continuing on that notify when left behind feature, you can also set locations that will not notify you if you leave it behind. So if you are leaving behind your backpack at your own home, it won't tell you, stuff like that. Also from here, you can also turn on like lost mode, and which will like alert people if they find it, yada, yada, yada. So another really cool thing that Samsung did with these that Apple also hasn't done is they have made an AR finding mode. So Apple has something that is kind of similar to this, but it's only on 2 axes, so left and right, forward, back. Samsung has a 3-axis version of it, which is just up and down. Because sometimes when you're told something's right in front of you, you don't see it, you got no idea like where it is. So it's a little bit more helpful to know where in space it is. All right, so I just spent the past long while trying to figure out the AR mode, the tracking mode. I was not able to get any single part of it to work. Actually, whenever I was trying to track it, it would only kind of say the signal strength, which is what I remember it did a long time ago. I think some part of my system here is not updated completely because all the way back from the SmartTag Plus, that AR feature has been there apparently, and I've just not been able to get it to work. So hopefully you're able to get better luck. There's a couple of variables that I have going on that might be interrupting it. I have a folding phone. There might be some software that just hasn't been updated for the folding phone. I'm also running the beta of the folding phone, and maybe that's causing an issue. Also, maybe it's just not available on tablets. Maybe, it certainly should be, and it most likely isn't the issue. They might not have rolled out the update in my region. Maybe it's some new experimental feature. I'm not very sure why it's not working. It certainly should be working, and it's not. So if the AR feature is something that you were really dying for, maybe give it a couple of months, or at least see if anyone else is having my same issue. Other than that, Samsung has so many different features here and there with things that these things can do. There's this whole entire rabbit hole you can go down, which is just using these as a remote. There's a button in them, you can control all your SmartThings stuff. So I can click this button and it would turn on a light, turn off a light, do anything that, the world of SmartThings can do for you. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. Let me know what I did bad, what I could do better, it's all good. Feedback's fun. Yeah.